Hey, you guys, hey, everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. We're going to be talking about Teen Mom star Ryan Edwards and his soon to be ex wife, Mackenzie. As we all know, they're in the middle of a divorce and they do have a hearing coming up soon. But as this hearing approaches, Ryan Edwards has requested through the courts that his child support be lowered. Back in February, Ryan was ordered to pay a little bit over $1,000 in child support. I actually think it was $1,500. He was ordered to pay Mackenzie $1,500 in child support for the two children that they share together. And now, since we've all heard, that the show is coming to an end, that they're no longer filming, we see the stars of the show talking about how they don't know, how they're unsure of what the future is of Teen Mom. Well, Ryan didn't waste any time saying, you know what, we're not filming. I have been ordered to pay child support based off of an income through this show, but if we're not filming, I need to go have that child support lowered to reflect, what I'm making through my diesel mechanic job. So he did file a request with the court, and it seems the court must be asking him to show proof of like his MTV contract. Hey, like, okay, if you're not filming, let's see your contract. Let's see, what is in the contract. How long will you be in contract? Does it state anything in the contract about the show coming to an end? Well, Ryan now has filed something to basically say, I can't show you guys my contract. So let's get into it, you guys. Well, actually, right before I get into it, and I do want to touch a little bit on this. Everybody has been questioning whether or not the show has been coming to an end. Amber Portwood said it for sure was coming to an end, that she knew for sure that the show was canceled. Amber Portwood said that. Corey Wharton said he didn't know what was going on, that they weren't filming. Now, Corey said this about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. And honestly, if my time frame is a little off, I do apologize. Life has been busy and crazy. But maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, Corey Wharton was on the TikTok Live and he was asked about the future of the show. And he said, I don't know. Like, they haven't told us anything. Mackenzie McKee, she announced her pregnancy on the Drew Barrymore show. Her and Brianna were on the Drew Barrymore show, and she announced her pregnancy there, that she was pregnant with the twins. And that was something that threw Corey for a loop because he said, if we were going to film again, that would be something perfect for the show to film for Teen Mom. However, she was allowed to go on the Drew Barrymore show to film it. So it made Corey feel like, maybe there's not going to be another season. And maybe that's why she was allowed to go and announce her pregnancy on the Drew Barrymore show. Also, Mackenzie has mentioned it, that there were some things that she felt like if they were going to move forward with the show, the production would have wanted to be there for like her having the kids and her twins, things like that. So a lot of people question the future of Teen Mom. Well, not too long ago though, Jade posted a picture and you could see dash cams all in her car. The dash cams that they have in their car when they are filming for Teen Mom. So while a lot of people are saying they're unsure, they don't think they're moving forward with the show, there's been a little speculation that they may have just recently started filming again. I've always questioned whether or not the show was over, just because how many times has this happened? How many times have we thought the show was going to be canceled and then bam, next thing you know, it's back on? So I'm always one to kind of be a little reluctant when I see an outlet reporting Teen Mom canceled. I'm like, is it though? Is it though? So before we get into talk about Ryan Edwards, his divorce, his, upcoming proceedings with his divorce to Mackenzie and him pleading with the judge. This is what the article says. The article says he is pleading with the judge that he not be forced to show his MTV contract. Okay. Now, before we get into that, I just want to give a quick shout out. You guys, I can't even. Once again, they have outdid themselves. Y'all know my favorite company to collab with is Rose Forever. I got another Rose Forever arrangement. And let me show you guys this. While it looks like my pink one back there, that's also from Rose Forever. This is the marble box that you get. Beautiful marble. Y'all look at this really quickly. Oh my goodness, I don't want to damage it. In transit, it did get a little, as you can see, like one of the little pieces fell off over here. But y'all look at this. This is the 36 count blue. I am just, every time I get a new one, I am just amazed at how beautiful they are. My son, now when the company reached out to me and said, what do you want? What do you want to this time? My son looked at the site with me and he helped me choose and he really wanted the blue. Now, like I said, I have many of these. I love, love, love them. They can last over a year if you just take really good care of them. I've told you guys I have like 6 of them at this point. This is another one that I have. It has, as you can see, rose pepper, and this is ceramic. This one here is ceramic, and this one sits in my kitchen. I have a built-in shelf in my kitchen, and this one sits there. It makes the room look really nice. I have one of these in pretty almost every room in my house at this point. I love them, love them, love them. I'm going to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to show you guys the site. Triple Threat just shared the link with you guys. If you're going to go to the site, make sure you use my link. That way they know you learned about them through me. And then you can use code LB20 and it'll get you $20 off your order. Now, here's the thing. When you go to the site and you put in your email, they usually give you like a discount code as well. And sometimes you can use 2 discount codes. Also, if they have a sale going on, you can get something on sale and use the discount code together. So sometimes you can get these even cheaper. And while the prices may look a little scary, this one right here, this is the 16 Red Rose Velvet box. Well, like I said, the prices may look a little scary. Right now it's $159. You can save $20 with my code. These last over a year. If you go to a flower shop and get 16 red roses, I'm not sure how much you're going to pay, but they're going to be gone in 2 weeks. They're going to be dead in 2 weeks. Done. You know what I'm saying? You can spend $160 on one of these and you're good for a year. You can switch them up. You can do pink. You can do lavender. Or what is that? What is that? Would that be lavender color? You can do off-white. You can do baby blue. But that's like a very light blue. I don't think that's baby blue. Do I not know my colors? I just exposed myself. I don't even know my colors. There's a very light pink color. Also, you go to their best sellers. I mean, they also have candles. They also have candles, you guys. I've got a candle from them. Oh my goodness. Y'all look, I've used this much of the candle so far. It has 4 wicks and beautiful candle. Smells so good. They have candles. They have marble boxes. They have transparent boxes that also double as a jewelry box. Let me see if I can find that one. They have heart-shaped boxes. So literally you cannot go wrong with this company. I love them. This company is based out of New York. It launched in 2019. Small little company at first. It's obviously getting bigger. These fresh roses are picked at their peak bloom to ensure that they are in the best condition for preservation. They are then placed in a dehydration chamber. Solution is added that removes the moisture from the flower. The roses are then soaked in a mixture of glycerin and other natural substances. Glycerin, which is plant derived, replaces the natural moisture in the roses, maintaining their softness and flexibility. After the preservation process is complete, the roses are carefully dried and arranged. They maintain their natural look and feel for years. I was originally told for a year, but I've had some of these for over a year. I probably have 1 or 2, probably going on a year and a half or so. And I love them. I love them. I feel like they make my house look so much better. So you guys go check them out. Triple Threat has the link. She just posted it. Click that link. Go check them out at the end of this. If you have someone that has a birthday coming up, or if you just want to decorate your own house with them, go check them out, you guys. And like I said, use that link because it will let them know that you were sent there by me. Use code LB20 to get you $20 off your purchase. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get into it, you guys, because like I said, Ryan and Mackenzie, we know they're divorced. They're in the middle of their divorce. They have a court date coming up soon, but he recently filed to have his child support lowered. Okay, so this is what the Sun is reporting. I'm going to read the article from the Sun. It says Teen Mom star Ryan Edwards begs the judge to not force him to expose his top secret MTV contract and the NDA in his nasty divorce. Plus, Ryan's MTV salary revealed, which we already know what his salary was with MTV. Ryan and Mackenzie have been fighting in court since she filed for divorce after 6 years of marriage back in February 2023. Earlier this month, Ryan demanded that the court adjust their child support agreement because he is no longer employed by MTV. This is what he's saying, that, the show is over. I'm going to screen share with you guys so you guys can see what I'm reading. The show is over according to him, and he can't pay what he was paying. Now, the Sun can exclusively reveal that Ryan filed a motion for a protective order to beg the judge to allow him to keep the details of his MTV contract sealed. I'm confused about this. Why would he need to seal his MTV contract? The court documents read, defendant has previously been under contract with a certain media corporation for his appearances on a certain television show. Certain, like we don't know what it is. A certain TV show. Mom, I wonder why they're using like certain TV show. Part of this contract includes a non-disclosure clause and a hefty financial penalty for violating the non-disclosure. I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like the NDA is not for like court proceedings. I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But I feel like MTV putting in an NDA, making their talent sign an NDA is to preserve the story of the show, is to protect the show. So they don't film, and then before the show even airs, they're announcing what was filmed. Like, oh yeah, kind of like when him and Amanda got engaged, right? It was on the show. So if they would have started talking about it before it aired, if they would have started posting on social media the videos from when he proposed, well, that would have violated the NDA. That makes sense for the network to want to protect the stories so it doesn't get out before it airs, right? But him saying, like, well, I have an NDA, so I can't share with the court anything about my contract or anything with the show. They're not even wanting to list the name of the show. That's how, like, that's weird. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. They're not even wanting to list the name of the show, Teen Mom, or the network that owns it, that he's in contract with, even though we already know. And they're saying it on the basis of like, well, there's an NDA. We're not supposed to reveal any of this information. Well, that's just to the public about what you guys film. I'm sure they're okay with you sharing with the court for divorce proceedings or child support how much you make. It says, therefore, defendant by contract is prohibited from providing said contract without violating the agreement. And I thought an NDA just meant you couldn't share information about the show. I didn't know that it meant you couldn't share your contract or talk about your contract. Production of this contract would not only be a breach of contract, but would potentially jeopardize defendant's appearance on future television shows with this media company or its subsidiaries. Well, my thing is if the show is canceled and you need to change your child support because said show is canceled, then why are you worried about any future appearances on the show? Why are you worried about a future with the show if the show is canceled and you know it's canceled? You know so much so that it's canceled that you need to change your child support. Obviously, he doesn't know it 100%. Obviously, he's not like completely certain that it's canceled, or he would be like, well, it doesn't matter about my future on the show. Hell, it's canceled, right? Ryan explained how he has already provided his proof of earnings in court paperwork. The judge on the case has not ruled on this request. So more than likely, Ryan probably, we know this. Ryan filed a motion to have his child support lowered, saying he has not collected a check from MTV in several months. I know in Louisiana, if you do that, if your child support is set at a certain amount and you lose your job, after like 2 months, you can request with the courts to lower your child support. And then you just turn over your last 2 months worth of income to show this is what I'm making now. And they will adjust your child support. However, if there's any possibility that he will film in the future, then he will go back to making that amount. I'm all for like, okay, if he's not on the show and his income is not what it was, okay, lower his child support, whatever. But if he comes back to the show and the show starts back, then he needs to go back to paying more. He needs to. So my thing is like, also, I don't understand what would be the problem with showing the contract unless the contract is going to say he's going to be paid this much, and he don't. If the contract's obviously going to state income, why is it a big deal to share it with the court? This makes me feel like we're missing something here, that like he knows that the future of the show is not completely over, and maybe he's just trying to get his child support changed right now while they're on this hiatus. All right, it says the Sun previously reported Ryan requested the court to adjust their child support agreement as he claims he is no longer employed with MTV. Ryan shares children Jagger 6 and Stella 4 with Mackenzie. They're so 6 and 4. They're so young. I miss those days where our kids were like 4. Our youngest is 8 now, so that's an interesting take. Rouletta says he's got a clause. He's getting paid regardless of production, I bet. I know because ratings were so bad for the past few years, they did make a lot of changes. And some of the changes were that if you are only paid for the episodes that you appear in. So I know they were doing like a lot of cutbacks over the past few years. So I would be shocked if he's gonna get paid but I feel like the show is not over and he knows that. That's just my opinion. Or that I feel like he's gonna be in contract for another few years with MTV, and for him to, or maybe even months, or maybe he's still in contract with MTV. So while maybe he's not being paid technically, I feel like maybe if he turns over this contract that's going to show he is still in contract with them, the judge may say, well, you're still in contract with them though. So while y'all may not be filming right now, and you may not be paid right now, you are still in contract with them. Would that matter? I don't know. The motion to modify temporary child support read, this court entered an order setting temporary child support on or about February 11, 2025. Said order was based upon dependents' income at the time, which was $13,333 per month. So that is what Ryan allegedly made when this order went into place, which included his earnings from his appearances on a certain television series. MTV's Teen Mom, just say it. Ryan continued of his involvement on Teen Mom The Next Chapter. Defendant is no longer earning income through that series through no fault of his own. This seemingly confirms rumors that the show has been canceled. He then revealed his only current income is through his full-time employment at a truck and trailer repair shop where he makes $27 an hour. Now, someone just brought this up. Alicia's responding. Let me find the first comment. I bet Amanda makes money on TikTok. And then Alicia says, Amanda's money will not be considered in support. They are not her kids to support. They are his. And until they get married, I think that's correct. I think once they get married, they may take. I'm really not sure. Anybody know that for sure? If they will take the household's income once they're married? Somebody look that up for me, because honestly, I was about to say something that I don't know the truth about. However, what I can tell you guys is, while it says here that his only income is through the truck and repair shop, Amanda launched a Ryan and Amanda Facebook page. They also have a YouTube channel. Okay, only his money. Okay. Honestly, I was about to say something, then I was like, wait, honestly, I don't know if that's a fact. So let me back off of that. Amanda just posted too, I think like yesterday, maybe day before, that she is now earning stars on her Facebook page. So her Facebook page is starting to get monetized, and it's not just hers. It says Life with Ryan and Amanda. So his name is on that. His name is on that page. His name is on their YouTube. So if any of those are monetized, if Mackenzie wanted to be a butt, she could bring that up in court. She could say, while he's saying here that his only income is there, if Mackenzie wanted to bring it up to say, actually, look, here's a Facebook page in his name as well. Here's a YouTube channel in his name as well. And on this Facebook page is saying that they are, making money off this. So he needs to turn that over. He needs to turn that in. And while it may not even be making much, it may not even be enough to matter? It could be. Right? It says the court papers continue. Defendant is unable to continue to pay support in accordance with the October 2024 order and request that this court enter an order modifying support until the final hearing in this matter. Ryan claims he now makes $4,282 a month and sees his kids just 26 days out of the year. He believes Mackenzie's income is $4,166. Mackenzie and Ryan have been at war over child support for their two children. In October, Mackenzie requested child support from Ryan, claiming he had refused to pay child support because she was asking him through like text messages at times. Like, I mean, she even shared text messages publicly where she was like, "Hey, can you just like bring groceries for the kids? Like anything to help." And according to what's been said, like he didn't do that. He wasn't paying anything. He wasn't helping with like any sort of groceries, anything school related, like nothing. So she ended up filing for child support, and they were gonna like push it off until the divorce hearing. And then she like requested like an immediate hearing for it, saying like, "Listen, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since we've been separated. He has not paid any child support, and I don't know when this divorce will be settled. So can we please handle child support?" And in February, the judge finally ordered him to pay child support. In court papers obtained by the son, Ryan filed financial information ahead of their hearing and listed his monthly income as $16,000 a month. In Mackenzie's child support petition, she stated that Ryan was employed and had an MTV income through MTV's Teen Mom. And this was Mackenzie's filing. It says because mother has physical custody of the party's two children and the father is gainfully employed, the court should order child support to be paid by the father to the mother during the pendency of this case. And at the final hearing, said child support obligation be made permanent. Mackenzie asked the court to set current child support and retroactive child support back to the date of separation. In a separate court filing, Ryan was asked to provide each and every checking account maintained by him in the last 3 years. One checking account with his name only on it had a balance of $2,200 as of September 2024. And another account, the balance was $57.47 as of September 2024. When asked to disclose savings accounts and retirement plans, Ryan responded, none. Could he be hiding money? I remember one time, honestly, I remember it coming out that him and Jen had an account together. That was throughout all of this. I remember a report saying that he had an account that had him and his mom on it. So could he have an account in his mom's name that he took his name off of it so he does not have to claim it? I mean, it's always possible. Or could this be his accounts? That's also possible as well. And if this is the only accounts that he has, and if he doesn't have any savings accounts or retirement plans, that would make me question. I thought Mackenzie got with him for the money. Where's the money? I always get tickled when people say, Mackenzie got with him for the money. I'm like, this dude was in the middle of addiction. He didn't have no money. Like somebody on age does not have money. In regard to debt, Ryan listed Capital One credit cards totaling $18,000. Ryan was ordered to pay temporary child support in the amount of $1,553 per month for their two children in February. And then this is just going over everything else. We're not going to go over that. But I am very curious because, listen, I am not one that believes that people should be paying an outrageous amount of child support. I have a cousin that literally pays an outrageous amount of child support. And it never made sense to me. I'm like, I know kids are expensive, but that's like a little much. Whenever I first took my older two kids' dad to court for child support, for two kids, the judge was going to order him to pay $780. It was either $770 or $780. And he said he couldn't do it. He's like, I can't do that. I just bought a new house. I just bought a new truck. No way I can do it. And I was like, okay, can you pay $400 for both of them? He said, yep, I can do that. I said, okay, that's fine. Pay $400 for the two kids and we'll call it even, whatever. And that obviously didn't work out. He ended up only paying 1 month and, whatever. And honestly, $400 a month for two kids, that's nothing. That's nothing. So I do believe it should be more than that. But when you're getting into like $3,000 a month for one or two kids, I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of a lot to me, but I just looked up our attorney, not good. I would get a new lawyer. I don't know who any of their attorneys are, so I'm not familiar with any of them, but I am, I would question, why will you not show your contract? If the show is over, if you're no longer going to be paid by the network, I'm sure in your contract it would state you're only going to be paid for episodes you appear in, right? So what is the issue? I have a feeling, I just have a feeling that he has an inkling that the show may not be over. I have an inkling that in the contract, it may state that he is in contract for a certain time. Like, you guys remember how Janelle was saying she couldn't do anything else for a while because she was still in contract with MTV. So I feel like those contracts expire at a certain time. He may be worried because it's not expired, that the judge will look at it as, well, you're still in contract, so I'm not going to lower your child support. So yeah, you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think? He's paying $1,553 a month for his two kids that they're with Mackenzie the majority of the year. They are literally with, he gets them 26 days out of the year. And when he does get them, they are at his parents' house, Jen and Larry. He still has supervised visits at his parents' house where, him and Amanda can go and see the kids now. But he sees them 26 days out of the year. So all the other days of the year, they are at Mackenzie's house. School clothes, extracurricular activities, that falls on Mackenzie. So, and she works as well. So I think, $1,500 for their two kids. I don't know what the cost of living is where they live, but the cost of living just in general is expensive. So they just bought, Ryan and Amanda just bought this big house. He had another baby while already having three children. And I kind of feel like when you're a man out there and you have kids that you're not paying for, don't go have more kids. I remember when my older two kids' dad, he did that. He had another kid and he wasn't even paying child support for our two kids. And I'm like, why did you just have another kid when you're not even paying for the two that you have? You're not doing anything to help, So now you're just going to have another kid out in the world that is going to be left on their mom to take care of, which him and Amanda are still together and hopefully it stays that way, but God forbid if they don't stay together, is it going to be another woman trying to support his kid all alone? So I'm curious what the judge is going to say about this. I will keep you guys up to date on this. I will keep you guys posted as soon as something comes through as far as like what the judge has to say about this, the ruling that the judge is going to have with this. I will let you guys know. Also with their house though, you know how they will take an account, like the judge will take in an account like your bills, um like your house note and things like that. They'll take that into account. Ryan's house that he just bought, it's in his parents' name. So that note, like the judge might not even take that into account. He might be like, how do I know that's really your house? How do I know you're paying that note? So I'm not gonna take that into account. So you guys let me your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, I will be live over on TikTok tonight to watch tonight's episode of Mama June Family Crisis. This is going to be the episode where Josh reacts to Jesse telling him about Darren dating, Pumpkin dating his cousin Darren. So if you're not following me on TikTok, go follow me over on TikTok. Elle, can you confirm Alana is pregnant? I've heard that rumor, and as far as I've heard, it is a rumor. Yeah, that's not true. As far as I know, that is not true. Allegedly, she did a gender reveal in November at Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, if she was able to do a gender reveal in November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, we're literally at the end of June, 7. I mean, she would be about to give birth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Alana's pregnant. I think that's fake news. You guys let me your thoughts. Go follow me over on TikTok. Also, if you're not following me over on Fatal Files with AL, I'm trying to get that channel back up and running. So I will be posting content here and there. I did go live over on Fatal Files yesterday to go over some of the newly released Brian Kohlberger documents in the Idaho 4 Brian Kohlberger murder case. New documents have been dropping. And yesterday we were live for 3 hours going over all the documents. So if you guys want to know the first zip file to drop, it's over on Fatal Files. Go check it out. Make sure you leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow me everywhere and join me live over on TikTok tonight. Oh, and go get you, like, y'all, come on. Oh, and this is sturdy. Listen to that. This is sturdy. I've had this one. I don't even know. I've probably had this one for about 6-7 months. Real quick. Oh my goodness. Those victim impact statements, y'all. I just couldn't. And then this is the 36. The 36 blue roses. Beautiful. Beautiful. The link is at the top of my description. Use code LB20 to get you $20 off. Leave me your thoughts, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.